Well, hello everyone. Here you show the job theater coloring right here. As you have right here is a baby picture of me right here. It's like you got the the coloring, the drawing coloring right here. Yeah, the job theater. It's like you get the line, and then along right here is it's like a flagpole. Is like talking about is a flag that you can make. It's like you start out with the rainbow colors. It's like you have right here is draw like a red flag. It's like it could be it's like maybe a British type flag or maybe an American flag or something like that. But if you want to draw like a flag, is like if you were to maybe pay your bills, it's like be looking for job or some sort, doing some type of research. It's like on online. It could be on like a smartphone or something like that. But it's talking about with devices. It's like you got right there is with the e-reader. Is like you got like you say with besides a Nook other than an Android is like do some research on there. And a lot of people probably think that it's like you have it where you like draw a flag. It's like it contains a number of rainbow colors. You got the rainbow colors right here. And a lot of times if you were to have an online account, a lot of times it's like you get like you do that with the login. It's like a lot of people probably say that it's like the same boring thing that they would hear. It's like if they would not even like the idea of having to memorize all the usernames and passwords and stuff on login features. It's like the username and password. But other than that, it's like wait, username and password. But other than that, you have right here is like you get the it's like with the green right here. So go ahead and put a little bit of green detail right here and a green detail right here. You got yourself like a flag there, and then of course what I'm gonna go ahead and do is with the green crayon is just add some green right here. It's like draw like a little custom flag, but so far as job theater. See here, add some green right here, and then add some green right here. It's like if the flag were waving. It's like to do that motion. It's like if the flag were waving. But other than that, you got right here is the flag right here, and then that basically is what I went ahead and add right here is on the coloring right here. Is you have my baby picture right here, and ever since we were born, it's like probably it's like well we didn't really know what a job was, but then of course it's like so far as paying our taxes and such and such. But anyway, the idea I came up with right here for job theater is basically talking about is that the ideas that come up with is like ideas for how to raise money, how to make money, and then also with it being able to pay for things. And of course I got quite a few ideas in mind. Of course that if y'all everybody here has maybe seen a few the previous video activities I have done, but basically is first of all is like I guess if you say if we do the math right, then more likely that we can maybe work it out with whatever that's say on the budget it is. It's like for job as far as do it yourself and along with the homework. But basically is if we write down right here, I see go ahead and use is it's like go ahead and use the black crayon. But if we were to do you write down on here, do the math. Do the math, and then it's like you got the numbers between 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and tell me that you love me more is like or any type of song is like related to that. But you got right here is the numbers, and then of course it goes on all with like number of math problems. But I remember it's like other than with the times table, but basically talking about is that ways to would you say how to raise money, and then of course for which is cause different activities, many ideas for what I come up with. It's like what I can do so far as getting the job done. And a lot of people are like, if you have like an e-reader, kind of like this, Nook, like Android, smartphone, whatever it is, that a lot of times you're probably thinking that man, I'm just gonna swivel a few buttons on the screen right here. It's like making like a few scribbly lines. It's like you see the scribbly lines right here, and then go ahead and and erase whatever. And then but other than that, it's like just like going back to preschool again. It's pretty much anything new that you get after a couple years or whatever you call it. It's just like going to preschool again. It's like if you want to write this name, it's like if you want to go ahead. It's like if you want to draw a box right here, and somebody be like, please sign your name right here, and then put in the verification code, and then the common code or something like that, the common code, and then it's like you give you like a little writing utensil, maybe about the size of a crayon, and it'd be like this, like okay, here's my name right there, and then you want today's date. Let's see here, today will be December, say 13 of 2013, and then if it's like my initials will be MM, and then of course it's like you go ahead and maybe add like a little border line right there, and then maybe along with the shadow right there. Anyway, it's like you got right there is for job theater. For job theater, it goes by this, like, and you learn the basics about our toys. It's like you have right here, it's like with the show curtain. It's like you have the curtain right here. It's like, and that's like this, like, and here we are, and here, let's introduce you to, it's like for job theater, and job theater, and 2 times 4 is, and then the lion says, and then the flag waves, like hooray, hooray. But other than that you got right there is for job theater, is talking about, it's like with the cube and along the signature. But otherwise than that, like give you like a little writing utensil. It could be, it's like by crayon. It is a lot of times people probably say that crayon done by color, but if I want to sign my name, like you'd be like this, like in Matthew, and then maybe put like what you call it, just like a little artistic, say graffiti or something like that. Some artistic graffiti. I don't know if more likely they say that the graffiti, I guess, will be kind of good example of what you call it, textile crap art or something like that. But anyway, it's like, don't just kids. It's like kids more likely like this. Like if you want to sign your name on any type of paperwork, that more likely at least it's like put the date on there. Put the date, it'll be 12. It's like 14. It's like that's not what I call it. Oops, it's like that's what I call. It's like for the perfect A, or at least a B plus. But other than that, is that I would think that anything related to a job, a lot of people probably say that yeah, when people do it for you, it seems like well done. But then whenever you do it yourself, a lot of times it seems like that I don't think I did it right, or I didn't do it right. What went wrong, whatever it is, and it seems like, well, maybe I don't deserve the medal, just because I did it myself. But then on your hand too, you can probably think about it. It's like you did it yourself, and then no, it's like if you could, maybe it's like pay. It's like if it's our taxes, or if it's the bills, it's like something that you would find out. It's like what are bills and what are interest payments and such. It's like the things that you would normally find after maybe about 27 years. It's like by the time you start working, it's like for the job theater, by the time you start working, and then you'll start to realize about the about how a lot of things work. And if you don't, then it's like a lot of times it's like people likely explain it. But other than that, is that right here is like with the rainbow colors, and then working with the yellow. Working with the yellow is like goes like the rainbow flag. Is that flag could also represent, it's like for great accomplishments. Other than that, it's like you have this thing of the job theater and job theater coloring.